conversation with me in your head, because I didn't.
No, I did. I told
hear
you.
Any of this. This is all like completely new stuff. So weirdo. I feel like you need to move over more because the thing's right in your face. $10 seconds.
This is Cubs Radio. Cubs Radio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Thanks for joining us this morning. GovsRadio.com is the website. You can see our show there live right now.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for right now.
I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci.
The Knockem Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than the Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2.
Knockem Day. Knockem Day.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to. All right, just making sure everything was on. I thought it wasn't for a second. It's the Knockem Comedy Podcast coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown. It's the Muppet Show. Yeah. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast is the channel that you're watching us on. The YouTube channel, of course, is where we'll be reading your comments. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown, the place where you'll see Ismo tonight. Ismo, very funny comedian.
That's so close to like being like a like Ismole, like it's a Pig Latin word. Ismo, or it's somebody who can't talk, right? Ismo.
Well, that's a lot of his act,
Right.
because he's from Finland. Is that where he's from?
Oh, cool! I love Finnish people.
And he talks about the differences with the words that we use and whatnot. And
Greatest Finnish joke I've ever heard.
oh, I didn't know there were such things.
No. My stepfather and my mother were getting married, and the priest at some point during the rehearsal says to my stepfather, "Are you finished?" And he goes, "No, actually Swedish." I love Nordic peoples. Scandinavian.
Ismo is here tonight. He's at McGuire's tomorrow night. Mick Thomas is at the Brokerage this weekend.
Hey now.
Billy Geyer's playing playing McGuire's. Chuck Fox is, I think, in the Little Room, or he's at McGuire's. Lou Pratt's is at McGuire's. John Puter is at McGuire's. Teddy Smith, I believe, is here, I think. Our very own Andy Plajanos is at McGuire's tomorrow night.
Tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. That's right. Tonight.
Late show.
Sorry.
Doing the late show.
Go to govs.com to find out where everybody's going to be this weekend. Check out their schedule and make your reservations. It's all there on Govs Radio, govs.com. Govs.com. Lots of great shows, lots of great events coming up here at Govs. And please, right above my head there, please like and share our show. Share it on all your social media platforms. Tell everybody you know about the great shows here at Govs Comedy Club Podcast and about this show right now, since we're on right now. And, of course, I don't have the camera angle to show you the whole studio.
Mother, father, sister, brother.
That's right. Damn it. If you are interested in starting your own podcast, know somebody who does, let them know about Gov's Comedy Club Podcasts. We're booking studio time right now, and you can get some special rates if you talk to me, and we'll make it happen.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. And we have some shows coming up soon. We have some shows that have been missing that are coming back. One might involve two guys and a girl that you might know that might be coming back.
Oh my!
Some Irish guys who might be coming back. Yep. We're trying.
How exotic.
We've been, we always lose some shows, get some shows back, and I know right now our roster is a little on the low side, but
It's the winter.
we're working on it. Top Fives has finished, but I believe Don is starting a new season just in the next couple of weeks. Soon. And there is no Live from Governor's Green Room this weekend, but we'll be back next Saturday.
Oh,
Next Saturday.
nice.
So there you go. All right. Hello, Joan Asher. She just said hi. Are you going to... Andy said he's going to strip. Just for you, Joan.
I can't believe there's no music.
Yeah,
You didn't get my email?
Yeah, I didn't prepare the happy birthday music for Joan. I'm doing it right now. Andy's
right.
stripping anyway.
Well, I haven't started stripping because I need the buffer to do that out on the floor, right? We're stripping the floor.
That's it.
And then we're re-waxing it. I'm an expert at that. Well, I'm an expert at supervising that. From
right.
Air Force days.
Let's see what we got here.
Happy birthday, Joanne.
Oh.
Now it says
I see it.
You
I
see it. It
yeah,
says Joan.
Joan. This is obviously Chinese people have done this.
sons of bitches.
Wow. If you could imagine it said Joan instead of Joanne in that spot.
Well, that was our birthday
Yeah,
celebration
happy birthday,
for Joan.
Joanne.
You're now Joanne.
Yeah,
We're now
sorry.
calling you that from now on.
I have an Aunt Joanne who's one of my favorites. So.
And Danielle's watching too. I tuned in to see Andy do this thing for my mom's birthday. Now, Danielle has seen you naked before.
Mostly.
Yes, because you did their topless thing.
Well, they called me.
Yeah. No, you were on.
No, they called me.
But I can picture you.
I know, but it was like a Zoom call. They were like, "Hey, do you want to come in?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And I don't know if I had like stains on my shirt or something, but I like quickly whipped off my shirt because I'm like, and I looked around and I'm like in my kitchen. I'm like, "Oh, this isn't where I keep the shirt." and it was like, "All right, then I don't care." And then we went there, and then Eric was nice enough to strip to make me feel comfortable.
Oh. So that wasn't the one where he was in the shower. Because they did.
No, it might have been. To be honest, I don't remember. They all kind of fade into one.
Danielle says that was so exciting.
That's what I do. My middle name is Excitement. Andrew Excitement Plajanos.
I got nothing. Except to verify that it's true.
Right.
There you go.
He saw my driver's license.
And they, I guess they're just into the mystery because they didn't actually see it. It wasn't like Mark Wahlberg at the end of Boogie Nights. You left the mysterious, and that's what excited them.
Yeah, it's when I'm washed up that I'll be showing my junk all over the place.
When you're washed up.
Nobody wants me anymore. I'll be like, no, look! It's tiny.
Danielle, he was half naked. There is too much proof to deny it.
Yes, I was half naked, the top half. That's like whenever people are like, "Oh, I'm half Italian" or whatever, or if dudes are always trying to be like, I'm half black, like just down the lower half. I'm always like, yeah, I'm half black too, but it's just the right side. It really looks weird. I got to be honest, down there.
It's like a brown bonnet that's half eaten.
Yeah.
Jack Curtis. What is this?
Vun
FYI. All right. Thanks, Jack Curtis. Do you know who that is?
No.
No? Okay. Oh, no, the shower was a different episode. Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, so Eric just got naked in a lot of episodes. Okay.
Yeah. He's into that.
Yeah.
When chicks are around.
Because he has bigger tits than most of them.
Yeah, he does. It's a power move. He's an alpha.
Danielle, hope you're well. Hope to see you in here soon. And happy birthday, Joan. Joan, I hope you're having a good day today.
Yes.
And I don't know, are you celebrating? Are you quarantined? I know Joan, she likes to lay low with all the quarantine stuff.
Yes, she does.
Right. And there's Andrew Fremder. The lower half, meaning what's in my pockets aren't mine.
Oh, wow. That's as racist as you can get.
All right, so let's get into this, Andy Plajanos.
Oh God!
The other,
but no, I'm like,
the other day, we were doing the show here, and you were commenting.
I was,
and we started talking about the Gilgo murders.
Oh yeah, Gilgo Beach, sure.
And then I
don't know. I never did. I don't know anything about it.
I didn't know those girls. I was never down at Gilgo.
Only what I've seen on television.
Those hefty bags were not mine. Wow. So I said to you, I said that day on the show, I said, let's talk about this on Friday.
Yeah.
And then, by total coincidence, I was talking to a friend of mine Tuesday or Wednesday, and he actually brought it up to me.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's a weird coincidence.
Well, this is Long Island.
Well, true.
It's like if you go more than a half hour without hearing about Billy Joel, Amy Fisher, the Gilgo Beach murders, Alec Baldwin, the terrorists win. So.
Yep, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, all right. Well, I guess the Baldwins you go either way, but well,
I don't know about that.
I've heard.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool. I think there's
whatever they're into, those Baldwins, shooting people and going both ways. Yeah, I from day one I was always embarrassed about Amy Fisher. And but if you that's what Long Island is known for, I got this frog in my throat that's killing me. But
I'm really sorry. If you could just finish me off, then I wouldn't be in your throat. How about that, Tony Walker?
On your belly.
Yay! Sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah, so and there are good things about Long Island, like Billy Joel, of course. But
There's good things about that whole
about having the frog.
Gilgo Beach thing.
Oh, right. So, so this friend of mine was going on and on, same thing.
Right.
That sheriff, the chief of police, he
Yep.
did it, and he told me about a
Well, I don't know if he
podcast.
did it, but-
He's connected to it somehow.
Yeah.
And then and then apparently there's a podcast. Was it called Unfiltered? I think it's called. Apparently, this podcast. I looked it up, and sure enough, all I did was Google James Burke Gilgo. Boom! The first article I read mentioned this podcast.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear it, but apparently this podcast really breaks it down and shows all the connections to this guy. They even talked to the guy that this former chief of police went to jail for beating up.
Right.
And he had a lot to say about it as well. So, hello, Kevin Epstein is watching.
Hey now.
Kevin Epstein, haven't seen your name in a long time. Hope you're well, pal. So fill me in. What is there about, like, you know some of the connections and this stuff?
Well, what's fascinating to me is just like sort of like how technology. I've grown up with technology. I feel like this story is something that I kind of have grown up with. Because when I was young, was that original case when he was a teenager. The chief of police, former chief of police.
I'm not familiar with this.
Where he was the key witness for that kid that they killed. A couple other guys supposedly killed in like some woods in like Northport, something like that.
Oh, yeah,
remember
yeah,
that? They
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
like rocks in his mouth
Right.
and stuff. Because I remember as a kid, I want to say that's probably now. You know what? Son of Sam is what I first remember hearing.
Oh, yeah, that's
as like
going way back,
like a disturbing kind of death thing. But I think that was just like, oh well, don't hang out in cars with chicks.
Right.
You know, that was my 5-6-year-old brain. But this was one where it was like it was kids, and the way that I was exposed to it was just that. Oh, it's kids, like, and my brain immediately placed like they were like my age. But so he got involved with the DA from back then, and the DA kind of looked out for him through the years, and even hired him as the detective for the DA's office at a certain point.
Right.
Which put him in the position to get hired for the chief of police job. So I do know, full disclosure, I have interacted with this dude before.
Oh, no kidding.
When I bartended in Smithtown.
Yeah.
And I worked at Napper Tandy's in Smithtown and the Horse and Jockey, and we had a lot of Suffolk County police events that would, especially the pipe and drum band. So I've interacted with him a couple of times. Nice. I have nothing bad to say about him, but I just wanted to make sure in case anybody was going to dig that up from my past. But anyway, he was a nice enough guy, but then what happened was there was this drug addict that lived in his neighborhood. This is like the opening song to like a sitcom in the 80s. So there was a drug addict in his neighborhood. Who I love this, that it was a cop that didn't lock his doors. Got into his car, stole a bag that had a bunch of crap in there, a lot of sex toys and
A lot of porn.
things like that, and drugs. There were some drugs in there apparently, and they found him, and they worked him over pretty good, from what I understand. And that's what got. I don't think that's what he went to prison for. I know it was part of the case, but it wasn't the specific. I think it had to do a lot with, it's always about lying. It's not the crime; it's the covering up.
Well, all right. I thought he went to jail for beating the guy up, but then the DA went. He's the one who tried to cover it, and he went to jail for that.
Yes. Yeah. He also. Well, yeah. Everybody had a hand, kind of. In it was a lot of corruption in a very short period of time. But being from the town of Crookhaven, it was not surprising.
Right.
But
So how does this all tie in with Gilgo?
So he used to, and there was a prostitute, I think in Huntington, who he used to like date, who was a drug user, and he did drugs with and whatnot. And so he, I think, rented a house or had a house down there in Gilgo Beach, or the adjacent. I don't know, the South Shore, man. It's something.
Gilgo, there's Ocean Park or Ocean Beach, whatever.
Yeah. I only use it to get around traffic.
Yes, right.
Like, but anyway. So yeah, apparently there were sex parties and drug parties and whatever that happened down there, and they like right in the neighborhood, very close to where the thing that kicked all of this off.
Shannon Gilbert.
That's it, Shannon Gilbert. Right around there. So it's thought, the general logic, that's kind of a leap, to be honest. I don't know, because I'm not an investigator, so I don't have access to any of these things. But the leap is to say that he was trying to cover it, like not investigate it well enough.
Right. Suppose the rumors were he was throwing the FBI off the case.
So that they wouldn't run into the dirty stuff he was into.
Right.
Not necessarily that he was directly involved, but that he hampered the investigation. I've watched a few different, like 48 Hours. There's a very good, the most recent CBS's 48 Hours had a Gilgo Beach thing, and it was very, very good.
Oh, I'll have to look for that.
And that one actually will give you, it's not as detailed in terms of like connecting a lot of dots, but it connects enough dots for you to be like, oh, okay, wow, I didn't know that.
Right, okay.
Especially now that there's a new DA. Well, at that point, I think he had just been elected when they filmed. They did it, and the new police chief, and what they were able to talk to her, and so yeah.
The new police chief just a few days ago came out and said
they're going to release the 911 call.
Right, and he also vowed to solve this thing, but he also said that if you think that this guy Burke had anything to do with it, you're mistaken. He actually said something to that effect. I didn't quote him directly,
and that's like I try to look at every full disclosure. There's two job titles that
in the whole world
that I think are the absolute pinnacle of. One is special forces, any special forces.
Okay.
Like that, like I'm a ranger or I'm anything. That's amazing. The other one is a homicide detective at NYPD. So I've been obsessed with really the detective stuff since I was very young, because I really thought that that's what I was going to do. I
can see that.
I came very close to becoming a cop when I first got back from the Air Force. Like I had taken the test, I had gone for physicals and everything, and there was paperwork that the Air Force was slow in getting back to me, so I didn't go to that class that started right after I got home.
Okay.
So, which would have been like I would be probably almost retired by now. But so yeah, like any kind of detective thing is to just remove like what you know about somebody's personality and just, Sherlock Holmes, remove the impossible and remember whatever remains, no matter how impossible, must be the answer. Basil Rathbone is Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, so that's what I know. I think it's kind of fascinating. I mean, it's sad people died. And
yeah, of course.
But it is sort of like a punchline, a running punchline with Long Island Comics is like, okay, which one of you guys did it? Like
right, yes.
I don't think there's a green room or a post show hang that doesn't have somebody mentioning, like, I'm pretty sure that guy's the Gilgo Beach guy.
Right, yeah.
So.
But then you have Nassau County, who they absolutely love the chief of police that's in there now.
Oh, really?
Patrick Ryder. And I don't want to say, well, I know him, but I don't know him that well, and he probably need to be reminded of who I am, and he'll remember me. But still a good guy, and the cops love him.
Right.
And I know they were thrilled because Nassau County also just got a new county exec, and there was rumors that he was going to bring somebody else in, but he didn't.
Right.
So they're thrilled. I've gone because of my involvement with the PAL. They have a gala every year. Suits and
They like to call it the Pala.
the Pala Gala.
The Pala Gala.
And the first one I went to, of course, Patrick Ryder goes, and he gets up to give whatever speech. I mean, you should see, these guys are like, I don't want to say a cult, but the way they get so excited, rah, rah, like, oh my goodness, they love this guy.
That's people. It doesn't make you a good leader to have people so devoted to you, but it makes it easier to be a leader to have people that kind of devoted to you. But there's also a trap that you could fall into where like you just like feed too much into it, which I think might have been Burke's problem, because again, dealing with him as a bartender at several events, he was like, you get a good bullshit detector after a while. And let's get this over with.
Speaking of bullshit detector. You're live on the air. Who's this? What happened?
It's the New Year's, baby.
The New Year. You don't sound like a baby.
Oh, yeah, it's the New Year's, baby.
It's actually a decent Sly Stallone.
Hi, Rocky Balboa.
No, it's the New Year's, baby.
He does sound like Rocky Balboa. Like
Hey, yo, Adrian. Say, hey, yo, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian, I did it.
Telling you. Right there.
Say, doo-doo-doo-doo.
No, it's Rocky Balboa. How you doing today?
Oh, there you go.
And now we blew it. Hi, how are you there, Rocky?
I'm doing good. Happy New Year's to you. What's going on?
Happy New Year's to you there, Rocky. You got any fights coming up?
Oh, I got a couple from coming up today soon. Very soon.
Oh, a couple coming up today very soon. Very nice. Are you training hard?
Oh,
Or hardly training.
I'm very training very hard. Very crazy.
Whoa. All right. Take it easy. All right. Very nice. How was your New Year's? Good?
Oh, my New Year's is great. I'm already now traveling right now to Moscow.
You traveling to where?
Moscow.
Boston?
No, Moscow. Moscow.
Moscow?
Oh, Moscow.
Yeah.
To fight the Russian. Yep. Okay.
Drago.
That's right. I'm going to fight the Russian again.
Because he killed your best friend?
That's right.
Well, I'm going to kick his ass again. He's a piece of shit.
All I know is that if we can care about each other. Yeah, I don't
And
remember
my
the
favorite
speech.
song is The Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. Why don't you sing some of that for us today there, Rocky?
It's the Eye of the Tiger, rising up straight to the fight. It's the Eye of the Tiger.
That was like a mashup of Eye of the Tiger and the Rocky theme.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
I know that. Is that crazy?
Yes. Very crazy, but very well done there, Rocky. Thank you very much.
Well, guess what?
What?
This is not Rocky. This is somebody else.
Well, yeah, it's Baby New Year.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's not known. Guess what it is?
It's Jigsaw.
No. I got you again, Tony Baloney.
DJ D Love. Oh my goodness.
I can't get motivated to.
What?
I'm always getting you all the time, Tony. I'm all the time.
All the time. Absolutely right. Well, I didn't recognize your voice because we hadn't heard from you since last week. So
you are the Lon Chaney of
So guess
internet
what,
calling.
Tony?
Yes.
Good news.
You have good news?
Good news, everyone.
Yeah, I have some good news for you guys, actually.
All right, fill us in.
Oh, it's
Me
for us?
and Mr. Joe Beasy be talking on Instagram a lot.
I don't know if I want to know any more about that.
Do you like to send pictures to each other? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no
No,
more,
actually,
Governor.
no. We talk back and forth. Actually, pretty good. Actually, he's been nice to me. Actually, so far.
All right, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, actually, I want to go back to Florida. I asked him if we hang out. He goes, yes. I got to let him know in ahead of advance.
Oh, so do you have plans to go back to Florida?
Maybe yes. Maybe this year. Maybe.
Oh, very nice. And you're gonna visit Joe Beansy while you're there.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm going to sleep over too.
I'm sorry. You're gonna see what too?
I'm going to sleep over at his house.
Oh, you're gonna sleep over his house.
Yep. He said he had a big house, like almost like a mansion.
He's got like a sex dungeon and everything. That wouldn't surprise me.
No.
That's why you're sleeping over there. You want to be a guest in his sex dungeon.
No. He told me he had the pool. He had the pool table and all that and stuff like that.
Really?
Is he gonna give you some ice cream? Get in the van?
No.
I know. I'm a little nervous for you, DJ. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
I am. I'm very comfortable, but he's a nice guy. He's pretty cool.
Sleep with one eye open, just in case.
No, he had the guest rooms, a guest house, whatever.
A guest house?
Jeez.
Yep.
How is Beansy so rich?
Don't ask me. So it's really weird.
It is really weird.
I'm sorry we asked.
He told me he had a pool table and a pool you can go swimming in.
Well, right. That's what people do with a swimming pool.
No,
so
it's a pool of gravy. You get gravy out of.
So, all right. So let us know when you're going there. That way, if we don't hear from you anymore, we know where to look.
Yeah, blink twice.
Yes.
So, and speaking about that, Tony, but it's about my job. I did get hired. I'm not working yet because of the virus.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I emailed them about a week ago. They emailed me back. They said not hiring nobody new because of the virus.
Right. Okay. But when things clear up a little bit, he is gonna have you work there.
Yes.
Nice.
Are you working there just as a DJ, or are you going to be doing other
Yep.
things? Oh, just
No,
wow.
the DJ.
Nice.
All right. Well, if they tell you to carry anything, you tell them to go scratch.
That's right. They tell
No,
you to
I'm not
go.
going to say that. No.
If they're like, mop this floor. Be like,
Right, you
I
say,
am a
no.
DJ.
That's right. I am DJ D Love. Who are you talking to, motherfucker?
They open today, tomorrow, and Monday for more the weekend. I mean, Martin Luther King actually.
Oh, so they are open. So why aren't you DJing?
Because they not hiring right now because of the virus.
Because they have an iPod.
The virus numbers are still going like crazy up.
Oh, so they're not full capacity.
That's the full capacity, but they're not like hiring nobody right now.
Oh, okay.
The numbers is up.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you get back in there soon.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait! I can't wait to start working. It'll be awesome.
I'm sure it will be. Good for you, man. Good for you. All right. You want to kick off our weekend with a rap?
I got a song for you guys.
Nice.
Of course.
Great.
We'd love to hear it.
I got a song about somebody is nice. It's a song that we're gonna celebrate on Monday.
Oh, for Martin Luther King?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
I like big butts and I cannot.
There you go. Yo, my name is DJ Easy Love. I'm going to celebrate Martin Luther King. Your name is Martin Luther King. Take a stand. Hit it and bargain. My name is Martin Luther King.
He's
going
the
to
king.
be with DJ Z Love on Monday.
He's
My
the
name is
king.
Martin Luther King.
He's the
Take a
king.
stand. Hit it and bargain. My name is
He's
Martin
the king.
Luther King.
He's the king.
I'm going to celebrate on Monday.
He's
My
the
name is
king.
Martin Luther King. Hit it and stand. Hit it and bargain. My name is Martin Luther King.
Nice.
Nice. I like that one.
So do you have off on Monday there, DJ D Live?
No, I actually I don't even got no clue I'm gonna start working yet. So I'm hoping to close my fingers when the numbers go down. I'll be working there like crazy.
Very nice.
Nice.
All right, good. Well, that was a good rap. I really like that one.
I'm for it.
I'm Martin Luther King. I'll be singing that all day. I am Martin Luther King. I'll be walking through a store buying groceries. I'll say that to the cashier. I am Martin Luther King.
And Tony, I got a little message for you, Tony, too. Also,
A message from who?
From my
The
husband,
future.
actually, Mr. Dorian Murphy.
Oh, Mr. Dorian Murphy.
Yes,
Oh, well, I'd love to hear the message from your husband.
he told me to say hello to you guys, and he said he got a new phone. He got a new phone just like I did.
Right? Yeah, you had told me that. And I asked you if you were sending each other dick pics.
No,
You will be.
We were talking back and forth every single day, just talking about you guys.
Do you FaceTime or Zoom with each other?
No, we just talking on the phone like every single day.
Oh, you don't say, let's get on the Zoom there, honey bunny, so I can see your sexy face.
No.
And then you look at each other.
I saw him a couple of times on FaceTime. It was nice, pretty nice. Yeah, he has the same phone like I have, but his phone is Verizon.
Okay, what is it? iPhones?
Yep.
Very
We have both have iPhones.
Nice.
Very nice.
Actually, the same exact brand. Actually, the SE.
Look at that. You got matching phones. That's romantic.
Yeah, actually, he's doing pretty good. He's out right now. I wish we can talk. I wish we could call him, but he's out on what do you call it? He's out with
hunting
with his house. You know, he go to the program every single day. So
Right.
I tell him he said hello.
Very nice. Yes, please do. And thank you very much. Great rap, and have a great weekend, pal. And we'll talk to you next week. Peace.
I thought like I said, thank you guys so much. Oh, another thing, Tony, when can I do my show again with you guys again?
We'll figure something out. I got to talk to the boss.
COVID, you know.
Oh yeah. I like to have my hype man again with me. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, hype man.
Yeah. Love.
Thanks, hype man. How you doing today? What's going on, Andrew?
Hanging in there, my man.
Don't know what you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Just regular stuff.
Tony, I'm surprised you didn't comment on my videos either. I had so many videos on there, and I'm surprised you didn't comment on not even one. Again.
I did. There was one I saw like a week ago. What was it?
It was what was it last week? Last week I thought about you too. I went to this thing called Golden Dome Beach. It was a nature thing. Like it was pretty cool actually. I took a picture of what do you call it, a horseshoe crab.
Yes,
nice.
That
was pretty cool.
I think it was. That's the picture. Right, you were holding it in the picture, right?
No, I took a picture of it. I wasn't holding it.
Oh, but
I was in the water.
But wasn't there was a picture with you and somebody else, and wasn't that and the horseshoe crab was in the picture too?
No.
Oh,
that was a porn you were watching.
Oh, probably yes. DJ and Dorian porn. Yeah.
With a horseshoe crab.
Yeah.
No, the horseshoe crab was in the water. I took a picture of him.
Nice. Right. All right.
With the baby one, it was nice.
Well, if you ever pick up a horseshoe crab, this is something from natives of Long Island know, and maybe our listening public who are not wouldn't. That if you're going to pick up a horseshoe crab, make sure that you stroke its genitals, so that it stays calm. It stays calm. It doesn't try to kill you.
It's true.
You know, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know how the sand got on the beaches?
How the sand got on the beaches? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I don't know, but them bitches are sweaty.
Tell us, DJ.
The sand got on the beaches by ships, big ships. They dumped the sand on beaches.
Ships dumped the sand on the beach. What these ships traveled all over the world and just dumped sand on beaches?
Yep.
Why?
That's how it is.
Oh.
All right.
And do you know how the waves make? Do you know how the waves all make by the ocean?
Farts?
The waves from the beach.
Farts?
No.
Oh.
It's the earth. The earth is making the waves.
Oh. That's the earth, though. Always making them waves.
It's the earth making the waves. And do you know how cold the water is? It's on the bottom of the ocean. When the water gets cold, the water comes up from the bottom of the ocean. That's where the water comes from. That's how cold it is.
DJ D Love, Science Hour.
Science Hour. Yeah, Dr. DJ D Love.
Solano Esquire. ASP.
All right. Well. Thanks for that, DJ.
You're welcome. Anytime, Tony. Anytime.
All right.
Like I said, thank you guys so much for being my friends.
Could I have my daughter call you because she's about to hit puberty, and I'd like it explained to her. No. Nah.
Come on, you're not. I thought you were a science expert now.
No, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just telling you when we went to the thing that I told you, and then we asked some questions and stuff like that.
You should throw that in between songs as you're DJing.
Yeah.
The
maybe next week I will. Maybe
some science, some some. I'm trying to think of the title, like the DJ D Love Music and Science, like something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some time to actually come up with
right,
rhyming words with.
We'll
science.
think about that. Have a great weekend there, DJ D Love.
Take care,
I'd like
buddy.
to say one more thing before I leave.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe Beasy, for being my friend. You're awesome, dude. Keep it up, Joe Beasy. You're the best. Thank you, Joe Beasy, and Tony, and my hype man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being my best friend. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
3,
pal.
2, 1, you suckers.
Suckers! There you go. DJ D Love checking in with some random science facts.
I really need him to talk to her because I don't know. So far, all I've got is that the period fairy comes and flies up inside of you and cries red tears. I don't know. I'm working on it.
That's actually pretty good. I like that. And it changes your mood for a couple of days, but then you'll be okay.
It's the Easter Bunny's wife is the period fairy.
The period fairy.
Yeah. That's all I got so far.
You should make a book. This should definitely be a book.
Illustrated book. Be horrible.
Oh my God.
It's all these flowers and clams. These oyster shells all over the place.
It's, curtains.
I can't read, but this is a beautiful flower and oyster shell book.
Great illustration. I'm actually just picturing.
Yeah, no. I'm in your head, Tony Walker.
That's great. Okay. So always an interesting time when DJ calls.
Yes, it is.
Do you hear about this guy from Rhode Island?
I know some people from Rhode Island. I don't know if it's this guy.
Nicholas Rossi?
No.
Okay. Nicholas Rossi from Rhode Island. Apparently, he was facing sexual assault charges. Okay. Going back, I believe, a little bit. 2000.
Well, if he signed the receipt, they can't, the little credit card thing when they charge you.
Right.
Anyway,
the rights.
Go on. If he's challenging it, he's challenging it, but whatever.
Sexual assault in 2008, another one in 2018.
Every 10 years, Nicholas Rossi is awoken from his sexual deviancy.
But then, he died.
Oh.
Until. In Scotland, there was a man in the hospital for COVID. He was not doing well. He was on a ventilator. He was suffering bad from COVID. Turned out, it's Nicholas Rossi. He faked his death to evade these sexual charges, but then was discovered in Glasgow.
It's only like 3 or 4 years. Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Owen Wilson. Wow. That gets 3 Owen Wilson wows. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Apparently, somebody recognized him from social media.
Oi, wait a second now. This here fucker.
So yeah, supposedly in 2020 he died. Somebody set it up on everloved.com, reported that he died from non-Hodgkin lymphoma. But then he's living in Scotland under a different name. Somebody recognized him. They'd seen him on social media. Like they saw the guy who was under arrest.
With a name like Nicholas Rossi, he was also probably the most ethnic person in Glasgow.
Nicholas Alahaverdian was the name he was going by there.
Alahaverdian, sure. We know all of them. The Alahaverdians are the best. They're a good crowd up there. Highlanders, I believe, originally.
I'm
now
shocked
they're
to hear
in
this.
Glasgow.
He was such a nice man.
Oh, he was. Oh, he had soft hands and a mouth like a steel clamp.
So there you go. I thought that was a good ha-ha moment. Screw you, Nicholas Rossi. You've been caught, you son of a bitch.
Is he alive? Did COVID kill him? Or
No, he survived it. So he's been arrested, and they're bringing him back. Bringing him back here to face the music.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he comes back and dies from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma?
That actually,
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, when somebody like that, yeah, that I have no sympathy for. And
I mean,
yeah,
after
we'll laugh
years
about
of
it.
suffering. I mean, sorry.
Right. Let's see. I haven't looked at comments. Fremder, I heard there was a hole in the wall in the ladies' bathroom at Target. I think the police are looking into it. Oh, my goodness. I would imagine that cop doesn't need those sex toys anymore if he's in prison.
No, he's out now.
He's out now, yeah. 2019, I think he got out?
Yeah. It was like right before COVID.
Right. Okay. Jones, Rich LOL Stas Ocho. Who's Rich? Rich
LOL.
I don't know. Okay. So on Monday, it looks like Mark White will be joining us on the phone.
Oh.
Mark White. I mentioned it yesterday, but I had Jules here. She didn't seem to care. So I'm mentioning it again. Mark White and the Spin Doctors have parted ways.
I saw, and I actually, the only article I could find on it was in Spanish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
I was looking. I couldn't find anything.
Primero está muy... Yeah. I translated it with Google. Google translated it.
Oh, okay.
I can't speak Spanish or read it. But, yeah, it sounds like he also didn't want to get tested. So it's like a choice between testing and vaccination.
That is one of the things I'm going to ask him about on Monday, because he had, in 2021, the band was touring. He refused to go out on tour because a lot of the venues or even the band themselves were saying, we prefer people, who are vaccinated or get tested.
Right.
He, to my understanding, he was refusing to do that.
Right.
And said, screw it. I'm going home until this is all cleared up.
And well, that's a choice. Like that's
right. But Molly says hello.
What's up?
But then other things have come to light. They're apparently recording new music without him, and he didn't know about it.
I'll see, that's a dick move.
But that's I'm going to play a little devil's advocate a little bit with him. Is it possible they thought he was already out?
No.
Is it possible they were just, all right, we're just going to keep using this other guy until Mark comes back?
The right way is always the hard way. So obviously they didn't want to talk to him because they knew that it was going to turn into some sort of
because he found out from an outside party, right?
And the respect, and I would feel disrespected if I was him.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna let you guys. We're doing so good out here. We're gonna record new music. We love our bass player that we've been playing out with, so we should record with him. You know what, guys? Hold on. Let's just give a courtesy call to Mark. Be like, hey man, we're gonna record, but this. We as a band, this is what we want to do. And if they did not contact him like that, that's just a dick move.
That's another thing I want to talk to him about. I don't know if, did he make a phone call and say, hey, what are you guys doing? We decided you're out, Mark. Or did he call him up and say, up yours, I quit? Was there no such conversation at all?
Right.
I need more details.
Yeah.
But either way, I do think it's sad.
Did they get it like another black bass player? Or?
They did not. It's a white man.
So I'll tell you, man, white people coming in and taking black people's jobs like that.
That's right.
It's a problem. Build a wall.
And it's Martin Luther King weekend, for crying out loud.
I know. Well, they had to get it in right before.
True.
So it gets
you get
in the news.
Other bands like Journey who get, lead singers who sound exactly like Steve Perry because they try to fool you. But these guys didn't even look for a bald black man to play bass.
Well, what are you going to do? No skin off my teeth. I have no dog in that fight. Not that I'm into dog fighting. I'm just saying that's why I don't have a dog in that fight, because I don't believe in dog fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's geek out a little bit. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Hugh Jackman is reportedly coming in as Wolverine. Patrick Stewart reprising his role from those movies.
The thing is did you saw Spider-Man, right?
Yes.
Fuck all. I don't care. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, the movie's been out long enough.
So this is a concept that has been around in comics since like the early '80s.
The multiverse thing?
Multiverse. And DC's the first ones that did this.
Yes.
And what they did was, because DC had accumulated so many properties, and so a lot of the characters, they didn't really control all of the, like, the intellectual property. So, and they weren't on top of it.
Right.
So a lot of writers did a lot of things with a lot of characters. That really kind of screwed with
their storylines.
They couldn't really have a cohesive universe-wide. Right. So what they did was this thing called Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was a series of comics. So it was like the main comic, and then there were all these crossover comics that you buy every week, like that filled in the story that you got from the Crisis on Infinite Earths miniseries, where something was destroying all of these universes, and it was super cool. And that's right when I was getting into comics, so this is not something that is so far from me. And in Spider-Man, they dipped their toe in it. They probably actually stuck their foot completely in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is going to be either the resolution or the step. This is going to be the main story of multiverse, and
I think there's going to be a million movies of this now.
Cleaning up the X-Men not having been a part of the property for a while, and Spider-Man and this will be their consolidation, which I'm super happy that it's Doctor Strange that they're using to do that.
Yeah, because if anybody's storyline makes sense to do it, it's his.
See, I think if they don't somehow get the Fantastic Four involved in this, they're missing out on a huge opportunity to move forward.
No, supposedly they are.
Right. But,
just rumors.
Who knows? And it's very touchy. Fantastic Four. It's funny. I always thought Marvel was so one-dimensional. Like when I was a kid.
Oh, me too. DC was by far the better comic books back and the better superheroes.
It wasn't until I would say Frank Miller's run on Daredevil, getting super geeky here.
Yeah, who's Frank Miller?
Frank Miller is a fantastic artist-writer who revamped Batman, revamped Daredevil, and just brought them to this incredibly great level. He's royalty. He's absolutely comic royalty. Everybody gives Stan Lee all this credit, and he deserves it. He was a good businessman and whatnot.
But he had a partner.
Jack Kirby. And the problem with Stan Lee is Peter Parker. Everything was J. Jonah Jameson. It was always and he was well, the thing is that kids, they'll remember it easier if they.
Well, Clark Kent, Lois Lane.
Absolutely. But that's where it ends with DC, because it then goes into Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, right.
Dick Grayson. There's no they go completely the other direction with that. They're just people. Let's just give people names,
right,
and not make it this annoying tie-in thing. He wasn't very creative when it came to actually doing the comics. But Jack Kirby really was the driving creative force. Well, Frank Miller is much more like Jack Kirby.
Okay.
Than because the Daredevil stuff. I love Daredevil comics.
Oh yeah.
The Frank Miller and beyond. They're just some of the best. And I think growing up Catholic and whatnot, because that's one of the main.
Oh yeah, it's one of the main
themes,
subplots.
Yeah. Is his Catholicism,
right?
And they always draw Elektra super hot.
And the women who have played her so far are pretty hot.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner. Is that right?
Oh, I think she. Oh yeah, I think she's gorgeous.
Not my type.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the one
I like
in
that a lot.
the miniseries.
Oh, her too. Yeah, I thought she was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know who she is. I've never seen her in anything else, but
Oh, like wow.
Whoa. But it's funny you mentioned.
Gets two Joey Lawrence woes. Whoa. Whoa.
And a Joey Tribbiani. How you doing? But it's funny you mentioned Daredevil because supposedly Ben Affleck will be coming back as Daredevil.
That's cool. Listen, that was a good movie.
Yeah, you told me it was. I haven't seen it yet.
I don't give a shit it's hokey as shit, but if you look at the order of things, like how, like what movies came out when, and sort of the public, like they tried to make superhero movies, and okay, Superman was successful. Now, Superman is the lamest character in the universe because he is all powerful.
You're right. He's completely unstoppable. Right.
Now, it is good that Superman exists because a lot of the stuff that DC has done in the last 20 years has been to sort of be like, okay, the idea of Superman sucks. What if the government found him first and not Mom, Pa Kent? What if that happened? Well, they'd put him in a facility deep below because that's the Flashpoint. This is another one, if they miss the opportunity to have Superman, the psychopathic killer, who's rescued and he's all thin and everything, and finally gets the sunlight, so he gets his powers and whatnot.
Yeah,
He doesn't immediately bulk up from the Flashpoint storyline. He's still this thin, gangly, and he flies like Icarus in the Eternals. It just not laying down.
Right.
He flies like that, and he just uses his heat vision.
Oh yeah.
And he just goes around fucking lighting everybody up. It's disturbing. He's a psychopath because the government stuck him in this basement,
right,
and ran tests on him and all this other shit. But if I hope so bad that they do that in Flashpoint. I try to avoid spoilers of things that I like, and I find that because I find that
So you're mad that I told you all this?
No. Some of it's unavoidable because my brother's a dick. But my brother's like, oh, do you care about spoilers? I'm like, Tim, I do. We're on the phone. All right, well, it's about the Spider-Man movie. All right, well, we're going to see it tomorrow. Okay, we'll just bring tissues. Who dies? Okay, who dies? Who dies at a...
Yeah.
And so much so, I'm like, and I'm on so much Zoloft that it's like, oh, all right, yeah, that sucks.
But you knew that Tobey Maguire and the other guy were coming back, though, right?
Oh yeah, well, as soon as they multiverse and it was unavoidable to
right,
because Google News has that news for you, and a lot of times I do just look at the headlines, and it's like Andrew Garfield,
right,
Tobey Maguire, and thank you.
Yeah, there were certain things that were unavoidable, right. But I had a friend of mine just last Saturday that I was talking to. He said, dude, I just saw Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, yeah? He goes, I didn't know those guys were coming back. I said, where you been? Wow. Where have you been?
What drugs is that guy taking?
And right, because I'd like to know how to avoid major entertainment news like that, too.
Let's be in a bubble.
He swore, I thought he was messing with me at first, too. He swore up and down that he did not know.
But getting back to the original point, that Daredevil movie comes out at a time when you had the Superman movies, and then they, by Superman 4, people realized...
Yeah, they were done.
Listen, if Superman 4 was the first Superman, everybody would have loved it.
Is that the one with Pryor, Richard Pryor?
No, that's Superman 3. Superman 4 is the one where that, sun... I think they steal Superman's hair, and they're able to, because they
steal his hair.
There's a strand of his hair. I don't know. I get my comics and my movies mixed up.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Because there's a Legion of Superheroes, which are superheroes in the far future, where they have a museum, and there's one strand of Superman's hair that's holding up a ton.
Oh,
yeah, they have it tied to this. So, and then somebody in the Legion of Superheroes, they steal it, and they create clones and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
But there's this clone son guy in Superman 4. And I think if that was the first movie, everybody would have loved it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's one of those, it's a nostalgia. Nostalgia fucks all of our brains up.
Yes.
Because like Jaws. Jaws is a great movie for that time. If you released that and you didn't have Jaws before and you released it now, people would laugh it out of the fucking theater.
Yep.
They'd be, this is fucking ridiculous. But it's the nostalgia of it, where it's positioned in the history of movies, it's phenomenal.
Just like Rocky 4.
Right. Right. Well, I love Rocky 4. I Rocky 2 and 3, I feel like maybe I didn't even see them, but I did. But it's like, the first one's phenomenal. Like that's like a piece of art. The first Rocky.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's very complex and
it's right up there with The Godfather, in my opinion.
But then everything became professional wrestling after that.
Right.
So.
Yes.
But yeah, Daredevil, Ben Affleck, not a bad job. Jon Favreau, Kevin Smith, like it was decent. And at that time, even Superman was being shopped around. One of my favorite stories about Kevin Smith was hired to write. They got some director, I can't remember, his big name director, and they hired Kevin Smith to write the script. Kevin Smith of Clerks and Mallrats, in case anybody out there is not a geek.
Well, Brendan Burt, Superman 4, Quest for Peace.
Thank you.
Can't believe I know that, he says.
Yeah. I've put that out of my head. I literally, that's the only Superman movie I've only seen once.
Yeah, I don't even remember it.
And I remember seeing it, like it was like on a Sunday mid-morning, and it was on some channel, and it was like, oh, fuck this.
The first two were freaking great.
Well, the first two were because they were movies. They did take a little bit of a detour from the canon, from the comic, like where the comics had been, but they didn't go so far out. But yeah, once you get into the third one and like cigarettes make Superman evil. Like, all right, I guess they got a tax break from the federal government for this one. But yeah, so there's Superman. Then there were other superhero movies that were small and terrible. There was a Captain America movie. There was nostalgia. My wife loves the Incredible Hulk TV show.
I loved it.
That shit is terrible.
Oh, it's bad, but I loved it.
Oh, it's so fucking.
I even loved remember they had the Spider-Man TV series in the late 70s.
And that I was about to mention that also. Like you had that. I'm trying to think. There was like a superhero group of these misfits of science was what it was called.
Okay.
And
I remember that.
It was only on for one, maybe not even a full season, and there were some famous people in it. But they all had these powers, and they were a team, and they went out and did stuff. But it was terrible. So people and I used to go to a lot of comic conventions and go to all the panel discussions because I love movies and I love comic books. So comic book movie, anytime they talked about it, I'd be there. I go, are they going to be able to really make a good comic book movie? And the general consensus in like the late 80s was no. Like I'm talking like 87, sitting in Stony Brook University at the Icon convention they used to have, and like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Then 1989 comes, and we have Batman,
which changed it all.
It absolutely. But it was Tim Burton, because Tim Burton's fucking amazing. I love everything Tim Burton does. I don't think he's done a bad thing.
Okay.
Now, they hired Tim Burton to direct and have full creative control of Superman when Kevin Smith had...
Was this the one Nicolas Cage was supposed to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they got rid of the other director. Kevin Smith was already attached, and he wrote a script through to Tim Burton. Tim Burton's like, no, I don't like this. It's not what I want to do. And Kevin Smith does this. He has like these talks that he's given.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he tells the story about like meeting the producer, and the producer's like, yeah, we want no cape. He can't fly. Yeah, like there's all of these things that like restrictions. He was no uniform at all.
Well, yeah, Nicolas Cage looked ridiculous.
Well, that's when Tim Burton got involved. That Nick Cage was on and whatnot. But they fire Kevin Smith. But one of the this is a great side thing. So the producer's like, and I want Superman to fight a giant spider.
Wow.
Now this is the producer who used to be Barbra Streisand's hairstylist.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know the guy's name or anything like that. Shortly thereafter, a couple of years later, what comes out?
Barbra Streisand.
The Wild Wild West movie, starring Will Smith and Kevin Kline.
Oh, okay.
What do they fight at the end of that movie?
Oh, is it a giant spider?
Giant mechanical, steam powered, because we're still doing that. Like, you could have all the technology. I loved the Wild Wild West show.
Right.
They could have done it better, but it was the 90s, and that's what they did. They fucked people's minds. Like, how can we lose everybody?
Right.
But, yeah, so it's a giant spider. So then Tim Burton takes over, and then it just dies, right? Because it was not feasible what they wanted to do, and I'm not interested in this anymore. So then there was like a big lull until X-Men, and shortly thereafter Daredevil.
Right.
And the first X-Men sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
I because when Disney Plus put all of that stuff up recently, I'm like, I'm going to go through, because I kind of got all jumbled towards the end. I hadn't seen the last like 3 or 4 movies that they had made. So I'm like, let me start over and go in order. And
wow.
I'm like, you know what? No. I got like halfway through the first one, and I'm like, I'm jumping to after First Class was where I could say that I had watched all of them. And I'm like, let me go to the one after that and start from there, because I can't sit through this shit. But yeah, like, and that's just it. It's nostalgia. So Superman movie was going to be if they make any Superman movie. Well, they did.
Superman Returns was awful.
I enjoyed Superman Returns. Now, I didn't like Superman Returns where he's lifting up an island made of kryptonite. It's like, no, like that. This is anathema to what green kryptonite is. Right. Now, if it had been like blue kryptonite or red kryptonite, something crazy that, sure, I'd be along for the ride. And like, he's able to like muscle his way through it as he's like turning into a woman, and so like I think that was purple kryptonite that like morphed you. But yeah, Mxyzptlk. They should have gotten Mr. Mxyzptlk involved.
Or
Bizarro, like that, and not camp it up. Treat it like, there's this alternate fucking Bizarro universe that's fucking terrible.
Well, now DC's touching on that too, right? With this Flash thing, supposedly Michael Keaton. Same thing,
right?
You can't not know that Michael Keaton's in this thing,
right? Exactly. But yeah, no. And the Daredevil movie was alright, but then the TV show was the Netflix series. So good.
See, well, that's the thing. So I never saw the Affleck Daredevil movie, but I want to check it out. But for 2 things, I thought he was awful as Batman.
See, I thought he was serviceable.
I thought he was awful. But then the TV show of Daredevil was so good, you can't. Charlie Cox now is Daredevil.
Yeah, no, I like, as much as Christopher Reeves is Superman, Daredevil is not as universally known or loved as Superman is.
Right.
But I think anybody who watched that show, their brains are, and I mean, they were able to do so many series off of because that was so successful.
Yes, and some of them worked, some of them didn't. But now, did you see...
like Luke Cage?
Luke Cage was awesome. Especially that first season. Especially that first 2 shows of the first season. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I am an official Marvel character.
Yeah, you are. Old one-legged Tony.
It's coming. It's coming. They'll do the flashback to the kitchen in Luke Cage, and then all of a sudden they'll flash back, and they'll see the guy with the rocket attachment. I'll be like, Inspector Gadget. Go. leg, machine gun. Go, leg, rocket. And I'll fly, into a different universe and save Spider-Man.
Well, they already did an amputee. He was a bad guy. It was the arm from Wakanda from the Black Panther.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I was thinking, was it Quentin Tarantino? Roadhouse? Was it Roadhouse? That the girl with the amputated?
With the
gun.
Not
Roadhouse.
No, with the Grindhouse.
Grindhouse.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So, but they're doing it, though. It's coming.
I'm in talks.
You just wait, yeah.
We're talking. My people are talking to other people.
Well, I'm talking to Sallie and talking to you about it, and that's pretty much it. But yeah. But I don't like what they're doing. So then in Hawkeye, they had this Hawkeye show.
I enjoyed Hawkeye.
You did? I thought it was awful.
Being from the comics world, sometimes there are comic series or there are runs of comics that are there to move a story along. And they're not great.
Okay. All right.
They're not like the most, like everything that comes out. My daughters will like, what do you want to eat? Every meal is not going to be the best fucking meal you've ever had in your life.
Freaking better be.
Like you're going to have shit you don't like every now or this is not your favorite. Like just have it and then move on. Like it's like air, like breathing. Eating is like breathing. Like, are you like every breath you take has to be like,
that was a good breath.
Oh my God, this is so good. I'm making myself fucking lightheaded right now. But every movie's not going to be great. Every TV show's not going to be great. Every episode of everything is not going to be great. Sometimes things exist just to get you to another place.
Yes. Okay.
And you can appreciate and respect that. I do anyway. And I'm a better person than most of you. But yeah, like
But I didn't like the way they brought Wilson Fisk back.
Oh, I did.
It was great that it was cool the way they brought him back, but then all of a sudden he's they're hitting him with a car and he's like indestructible, like he's a superhero himself. Now I know he does eventually in the comic books get some kind of powers. And maybe I'm sure they'll probably go back and show that, but I don't know. But then even after he's getting hit by the car and he's having the fight and then all of a sudden he's just running down the street by himself. That's not the Wilson Fisk that we've gotten to know in Daredevil. Somebody would have been there to get him, to help him, to drive him. To, like, all of a sudden he's just by himself in this perfect setup to have another fight with that girl.
Well, there's a lot with Wilson, like using Wilson Fisk, because there have been actually miniseries of Wilson Fisk.
Oh, yeah?
Of Kingpin, yeah. Where he loses his power. Like, not his
really?
physical. I'm talking about his underworld.
Like owning the city.
Control of things. And it's like him having to, like, team up with Daredevil to...
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's doing it for his reasons, and Daredevil's allowing it because he needs that kind of help to move forward. But so it's, and that's why I said, like, there's a lot of these things that as a comics fan, if they are truly faithful to the comics, they're going to lose most people.
Right.
It'll only be comic people who are like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool.
Right.
Like stuff like that. Like you know, it's this the whole idea of suspension of disbelief. Where you're just like, all right, I'll let this go for now.
For now, yeah.
And then later on to be like, oh, that's why.
Right.
But you got to give it the...
Right, you're definitely assuming there's more coming
space,
with his background of where he's been. And
the same thing, the fucking... What was the first one? Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. Hey, it was the fun action thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Right, yep, I'll give you
but
that.
It was fun, and it like... had that Julia Louis-Dreyfus character, which she keeps on showing up in a bunch of different things, which that's a crazy story. That's the great thing about TV and movies is they're able to take some stuff that's lame in the comics and make it cool.
Right.
Because like it just, I don't know why it didn't work in the comic. Like a U.S. agent in Jessica Jones, the last Jessica Jones series, that guy who was taking the pills and everything. that's like a lame ass, because his face is painted in the comics, but they didn't really do that in
Right.
in the TV show, and like it's like, oh no, wow, the way they're using it, like how disturbing this is, and how they've made it a lot more like, you know, a real life kind of thing that you be like, oh shit, like he's addicted to that stuff.
Yeah, but see, that was another one. That last season of Jessica Jones, it just didn't do it for me.
See, I enjoyed it. I think they were losing.
The first season was fantastic.
I say British television. Okay, I'm on this huge Blackadder kick. Are you familiar with Blackadder?
No,
okay.
I don't even know what you said.
It's what cemented Rowan Atkinson as a comedy force.
Oh, okay.
In England. Here in America, it was
Bean.
Mr. Bean, which came after Blackadder.
Oh, okay.
But if you were like me, when I was a young kid and into my teenage years, Friday nights particularly, but sometimes Friday and Saturday, my brother and I watched PBS religiously.
Wow.
Because it was Doctor Who. It was Britcoms. We called them Britcoms back then.
Like Man of the House?
Man of the House, Upstairs, Downstairs. Are You Being Served?
Yep. Are You Being Served?
The Piglet Files, where it's a special. It's their CIA, and they all of their code names are Winnie the Pooh. So that's why it's called the Piglet Files.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant, hilarious stuff. And Blackadder was on. So a show called Red Dwarf, which was this unbelievable science fiction, but comedy. It was amazing. Like all of these great frigging series.
Right.
But Blackadder, I'm on this kick. I'm rewatching all of the Blackadders in order because I didn't always get to see them in order.
Okay.
The British, they're like, all right, we're going to have this show. You have 6 episodes.
That's it? Yeah. Well, that's kind of like Marvel's now.
Well, that's all of these streaming services. They're doing, that's what's wrong with American broadcast television, is that everybody's just trying to make money on, like it's just like a business. But like if you want to keep it like artistically pure and keep your credibility as an artist, you have to limit the amount that you're going to.
Agreed. Yeah.
A friend of mine, Liam, who I was talking about before we came on, he's like, yeah, I really liked Lost until they decided to do another season.
A lot of people said
a
that.
Second season. Like that if they had just done the first season like they were originally just going to do, and it was just going to be that, I'd have been okay with it. The British do that. And then they'll bring it back. They'll bring something back. But again, it's like, okay, you have 6 episodes. And to be honest, if it's not good, it's not good. And we're not going to let you do it. So most of their stuff is amazing because they do that. I have a bunch of reasons, like their taxes. They actually pay a separate TV tax.
Oh, really?
That funds the BBC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, your license. Or I don't know if they still do that, but
I know I know they always complain about how little TV they have.
But they own all of it. Like, and it's all like this concentrated, really good stuff.
Yeah.
So Rowan Atkinson was on like their version of Saturday Night Live. Then he did this which is he was introduced to the scene. Then he did Blackadder. He became huge, and that's when he did. After Blackadder was over, he did Mr. Bean came over, and that was a huge success with us. But I'm like, why isn't there an American Blackadder? So I was talking to Tim Saliani about that. Thinking
you're going to make
toss around some, just like a couple of ideas for, because what Blackadder is it's starts out as one of the sons of a fictional King Richard IV, and he's the son of the king, but he's the second son. But it's him trying to come up with these cunning plans. Cunning is the word that's used. Is it cunning? And he's got like these idiots around him. So this is like way back in English history. Then the next series was Elizabethan, Queen Elizabeth I, and he's like a favorite duke of her, and he's always angling to. And Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is where they made their bones, and that they were able to go on. Then after that, the third season is Victorian era, and then the fourth is World War I. And it ends up being like this amazing anti-war statement at the end of it. It's kind of like MASH in a way.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, as with everything, the British did it better.
And same thing. Wilson Fisk, can't see anybody else playing it but Vincent D'Onofrio. I mean, what an amazing actor in the first place. But,
he's amazing.
Oh my God,
it's my favorite Law and Order detective.
But what he did is Wilson made him one of my favorite villains.
Yes.
Him and
well, it was written beautifully.
Yes, but the way he brought it to life.
The combination of the two created this like defining, defined the character for people who are unaware of this character.
And what's his name? Al from Deadwood.
See, I never watched.
You know what? Oh, I think you would like Deadwood.
Everybody told me because the C word is in it a lot, and
It is in there a lot. It's
actually how I get my power.
From saying the C word or hearing it
over and over and over again.
I just like living down there. It's just it's not just my power. It's my breath.
It's more of a taste.
Yes. Al. What the hell was the last name of the character? Al
Arbor.
What?
Al Arbor.
Al Arbor. Yes. Brendan Bird. Tell me what was Al Swearingen? Al Swearingen. Sherlock, not Elementary, or Tony Stark in 1896. Best show of the last decade. Have a great weekend, guys. You too, Brendan. Wilson Fisk, Al Swearingen from Deadwood. Some of my favorite bad guys.
Right.
Some of my favorite villains. But yeah, so I'm thrilled that they brought him back. But speaking of good British shows, you reminded me. Afterlife returns this weekend. Did you ever see Afterlife? No. Ricky Gervais.
Oh, yeah. I started watching it, and it didn't hit with me, so...
He, thank you, Brendan. Yeah, he wrote Swearingen. The first show he had, of course he had The Office, but then I liked even better, he had a show called Extras.
Yes, Extras is great.
Loved it. My favorite, I think, was the episode with David Bowie. Do you remember that?
My favorite, yes, I do. My favorite episode, because it cemented my massive crush I have on Kate Winslet.
Oh, that was a good episode.
She's
and I'm with you.
Good in that. And
she's
she's
gorgeous.
It's not just gorgeous. Like, she's just like seems super cool.
And yeah, that episode.
And
was
that episode
hilarious.
just made her
that was great.
Even more cool that she would let herself be portrayed like
right. That. Check it out. It's still streaming. You can still find it, and that's a good episode. It's only on for maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. That's what they do. They really only run it.
Right. The very last episode or 2 kind of sucked. With him and that female lead, they kind of like, they started expressing their feelings for each other, and it got very dramatic. But that David Bowie one, man, stupid little fat man, nobody loves him. Oh my God, I was dying. And then he gets the whole place to sing. So funny. Then he had that other one, Derek, which was okay.
Derek, and I'm led into Spaced Out, which is Shaun of the Dead. Why can't I?
I know who you're talking about.
Him and Nick Frost. I know his buddy. I can't remember his name. Wow.
Yeah.
But that was their show, and matter of fact, Shaun of the Dead is really just an offshoot of Spaced Out, because do you remember in Shaun of the Dead when that one part where they meet like their opposites?
I think so.
It's a friend of his from work.
Yeah,
and it's a woman. So. She's his co-star in Spaced Out.
Oh, okay.
And each one of them, as they walk past each other, hey,
right.
And it's just the opposite,
right.
opposite gender of each of them. Oh, it was like
no, but I like the Afterlife. It's definitely for Gervais. It's very dramatic, but there are some very funny scenes in it as well. So yes, this is season 3. I don't know if it'll be the last one, but I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great, and maybe I'll repost it this weekend. The woman that plays his wife on there, who was also in Derek.
Right.
Kerry Godliman. We had her on the show here once.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So yeah, Afterlife, I think it's Sunday. I think it's coming back streaming. Sallie, of course, loves it because it's all, romantic and dramatic and sad.
Well, that's Sallie, who likes things, all things not P. where P equals Long Island. Like everything is not P. Like Boston and California. The British are so much better.
Well, you know what she does like? And I got to get this in because we're about to go.
The D.
Well, that goes without saying. She doesn't like the P, but she likes Hicksville. Had to throw that out there for you.
Oh my God, I think I'm going to vomit. I don't actually hate him. I do want to make that perfectly clear. It's Hicksville.
I wouldn't blame you if you did because of us.
But I think it's hilarious how often, like that's what I always like to point out is just like, oh, here we go. Strap in, everybody. If everybody's following the subplot, all the flashback scenes, like if life was a movie, and the flashbacks, the amount of flashback scenes that go to Hicksville.
I would love that because I first met Sallie when I was 13. God, I would love to because I met her when I was 13. Yeah, around there, 13, 14. And I only knew her for about maybe 6 months, and then we didn't see each other again until 10 years ago.
Wow.
So
You guys are old.
Oh well, as I point that often on the show, she's a lot older than me. So yeah, just making that clear. But yes, we are old.
Wait, she's like as older than you, like you're older than me, right? Something like that.
I don't think it's that bad.
Because I'm 75.
Right, and I'm 120. No, you're 46.
Yeah, 1975. That's why.
All right.
It makes it easier. It makes the math easier.
Right. Yes.
I'm thinking of everybody. You guys. You.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if you're 46 and I'm.
Yeah. I already did it. I already got it in my head. I know how old you're gonna be this year.
Yes.
No, she was born. I was born 70. She was born 66.
WNBC. You see, that's how Amos says it. WNBC.
Oh, that's another. Paul Giamatti. That's a guy I'm going to find on Twitter and ask him
Paul
to be on the show.
Giamatti. What was he just in? Oh, that I saw. Jungle Cruise. We watched this last
Jungle
week.
Cruise? Never heard of it.
It's a Disney movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's The Rock and
okay.
Emma Blunt.
Oh,
I
okay.
love her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always try to find like people that they're household names, but they're not the first person you think of for something.
Right. So you have a shot.
What?
So that you have a shot.
Exactly. And I think that's how we got Kevin Pollak and certain people.
I thought you meant as like people that you want to bang, like Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yeah. No, I'm talking about people who come on the show. I reached out to. Did you watch Last Man Standing with Tim Allen?
No.
Yeah, not a big Tim Allen guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought they freaking went way too far with that home improvement or whatever that thing was that he had. Yeah, that whole garbage. But my daughter loved this last show he had, Last Man Standing. Hi, Liz. She's 11 years older than me, but still looking good. And congratulations! I saw that your infusions and your treatments are going well, and you're feeling good. Good for you. So there was a guy on the show. I don't even remember his name off the top of my head, but it was just like every other show. You had all these white people, and you had your one stereotypical black family who lived next door. And this guy was, everything was, he had the thick black accent, talk like that, and everything was racial, and some of it was funny. I will admit, the show grew on me a little bit, but I just thought it'd be
you're
cool.
a massive racist.
Exactly.
Go on.
So it helped me appreciate them after all. But
it's so well spoken.
But I figured I'd get that guy, the guy whose name escapes me. It's the only thing I've ever seen him in. The guy who played the black neighbor. So I figured, that's a good guy. I'll get, and guys like Kevin Pollak were nice enough to write back, say, okay, what are you looking to do? Who are you? So I write to this guy on Twitter, and it's you can't private message, so it's a public Twitter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. So-and-so, I was thinking, love to have you for an interview. How do I find you? He just writes back one sentence. Contact my manager. Well, if I knew who your manager was, or, then I'd know how to contact him, and I would have done that.
Right.
And again, a guy like Kevin Pollak, who's a million levels above this guy, actually saw the tweet and then private messaged me and say, hey, what do you got?
Yeah.
I'll do it if I have time. Super nice guy. Bill Champlin, who was here, and, Ray Abruzzo from The Sopranos. I
Right.
mean, that guy not only was contacting me leading up to it, he was in steady contact with me for a week after because he had so much fun with us.
I was so fascinated. He was so interesting. That was a great interview.
That went so much better than I would have ever expected.
Just because it's one of those things like like a professional actor a working actor, somebody who consistently is working. Like it was just so interesting to hear what that is, because we're flooded with superstars in their lives, and but all these people that make them be able to shine,
Right.
you don't really get to know unless they somehow stand out in some way.
Right. The supporting actor. Absolutely.
And just he was such a great guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Kevin Pollak was a great guy.
Kevin Pollak was fantastic. I'm still shocked we got him.
Yeah.
Still shocked. And that reminds me, I wanted to show I've been meaning to show a picture to you guys.
I've seen your penis.
Oh, all right, never mind. I want to see if you guys can guess who this is. Give me a second to find it.
Okay, during this time, I'll tell you my idea for my next comedy bit that I came up with, which was yesterday. They were talking about marijuana being smuggled into Mexico. And you know that avocado commercial? Avocados from Mexico.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what I tried to write, because that's why I wrote the musical notes. Marijuana from Mexico.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
So that and a copper fit, that there's a copper fit's coming out with condoms.
Copper Fit.
Yeah, you know, Brett Favre and
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah,
Rice
yeah,
commercials
yeah.
and whatever. So I want to do that commercial.
I think you should. Don't say it if you know it, because I want to show it to them.
Huh. It's familiar. It is super familiar.
Right. It is familiar when you look at it. All right. I'm going to show you guys. Tell me who this is.
We'll give some time, right?
Think about what we were just talking about.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Not the copper fit, not the condoms, but guys like Kevin Pollak, who make the leading people shine.
Right.
Probably the best that's ever done that. Probably.
Or Carney?
No. This guy's still alive,
Oh.
and that's a recent picture of him, taken within the past month.
Sal Mineo? No, Eli Wallach.
No, is Eli Wallach still alive?
I don't know. I don't think so.
But yeah, this guy's still
But
alive.
that's what he would look like if he was still alive. See, that's somebody I would love to be able to talk to. Eli Wallach. What an interesting dude that was. For like all the parts that he got and everything.
Yes.
And he was not a controversial person. He just went out and was an amazing actor. Hey, Blondie.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna reach out to Paul Giamatti. That would be cool.
You are the motherfucking Antichrist.
That was his breakout.
Yeah.
So good in that. So funny in that movie. And his father was commissioner of baseball.
Yeah.
Which I love baseball, and I thought his father did a good job. I'll talk
On
about
top of that, I thought he did a fantastic job.
Let's talk baseball.
I'd like to talk to you about your dad.
I talked to him, but he's dead.
Yeah.
So nobody's commenting. Should I wait, or should I say who it was?
Yeah, you have 10.
Supporting actors.
8.
In my opinion, probably the best supporting actor. Of course, had some leading roles, but I personally would say he's more known as a supporting guy.
Well, that's Eli Wallach would fit into that, and
Yep.
Art Carney as well.
No, but this guy, he's up there with those.
And Frank Gorshin's another one.
This guy is above Frank Gorshin, blows Frank Gorshin away.
All right, I give up.
Gene Hackman.
That's Gene Hackman.
He's 94 years old.
Holy shit.
You think about it, he hasn't made a movie in 17 years because he retired. So when I saw that, as soon as I found out it was him, I was like, oh, okay, I see it. But at the same time, I'm like, holy shit, he's old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That gets 5, Owen Wilson. Wow. 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 Just wow.
Best supporting actor ever?
That's difficult. That's like any kind of...
That's a cool list.
It would be a cool list to make. You know what we should probably...
Next Friday.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well,
I already gave you my
homework.
You're right.
Not getting paid for this. Not even getting a degree or anything. No diploma.
You got a comedy show to work on for tonight? You're just going to hit the mic. Gene Hackman.
That's funny that you think I work on my comedy.
That's
Tony.
Tonight at McGuire's, The Late Show.
The Late Show.
Make sure you get there.
Get there at 10.
Start there at 10?
10:30, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you can get your drink and good seat.
And it's you and Billy's headlining?
Billy's headlining. Joe Winchell, who's been on the show, and a very, very good comedy friend of mine. There's a couple of females, actually, which I'm like, wow,
Nice.
women do comedy? I didn't realize that.
John Butera himself doing a set?
John Butera should be, yes.
Very
but sometimes, Fat Jay is hosting.
Oh, Fat Jay's funny.
Let's see. Greg Joseph. Greg's been on here.
Greg's great.
Greg's good.
I just talked about it a week
He's
ago.
a good egg. Rob White, who is a tattoo artist out in Suffolk and hilarious. That Janelle Hamster chick, who really probably should have picked a better fucking name.
Wow.
Caroline Fung, she's
like her.
booked. She's been booked on like, I'll say since comedy reopened last summer, 6 shows we've been booked on together. She's shown up for exactly one of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I have no clue. There's this Erin Daly woman who saw us saw an open mic I was at. She came up to me afterwards and was like, I've always been interested in doing this. And I was like, oh, well, you should.
Doing this meaning sex with you?
No. Well, jerking me off.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
because that's what I was doing when she came up to me.
Right, yeah.
But
You've done it twice just since we've did today's show.
Dude, I'm an animal. I'm shooting blanks. So, and by blanks I mean nothing comes out. Erin Daly, and that's her name. She's funny.
She came up to you and said she wants to do this.
Yeah, this was before COVID and everything, and I had told her, yeah, go ahead, and I kind of gave her like the spiel.
You're her mentor.
No, because I'm like, I'm not doing that. But she came up to me. We were on the show together. I forgot who. I didn't know who she was. She came up and she's like, "Hey, remember me?" And I'm like, "Don't ever fucking go up to anybody ever. I don't care if it's your mother." Every time I walk into my mom's house, I go, "Hey, Andy, second born, your kid. Remember? It's the one who wet the bed for a while."
It was about to go do it again?
Doesn't like peas or raisins, but you'd fucking give them to me anyway. It's me. But anyway, she came up and she's like, "Oh my God, I took your advice. I just started, doing. I'm going to take a class." And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. Like, kick ass." So, and then Nick Wilkinson, who I love dearly. I do. He's very dirty.
Oh.
And it's you have to allow yourself that it's going to be.
You have to get in that mode. You have to understand
like
it's going to go
this
there.
truly is like, you should not be, he's not saying this for you to agree with him.
Right.
That's not what he's doing. And this goes to that greater conversation that we continuously have about it's comedy.
Right.
He's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But the jokes are written well.
Okay.
And they are some serious left turns. Some of them are very obvious, but he does that like he's good. I wish that more people would. And he's like this thin.
Oh really? Yeah.
He's like redhead. He's a ginger, so it's unsettling. I mean, just his presence is unsettling.
Right.
And dangerous.
Dangerous.
Because if there's another one, then God will send a tornado or a flood or whatever.
Right.
But
well, tomorrow night, like I said, there's no Governor's Green Room because if you feel like going out and enjoying some lacrosse at Nassau Coliseum, the Long Island Riptide has a game, and Don Sill doing his halftime show as the Sleaze, as they call him.
Is that tonight or tomorrow?
That's tomorrow night. We're going. We're going to go there and support the Sleaze. He comes out there bare-chested and does his thing. It's freaking hilarious.
I would fucking love it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Tom's the best.
Maybe I'll go live with that.
I never get to. I'm not somebody who just like calls friends. I'm terrible. I'm never the person to pick up the phone and be like, hey, just call and see how you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I'm calling because I need something. Like, you need to
that's
bail
what-
me out.
That's what I love about texting and Facebook and stuff, because I'll do that. I'll just write, hey, just thought I'd say hi.
Right.
And just leave it. Some people answer, some people say hey back and say, what are you doing? We have a maybe 3-sentence conversation and it's done.
I don't do that either. I literally, it's only if I need something from you. If your phone says Andrew Plagano's calling, it means I need something.
Like your wallet.
Oh, yeah, my wallet. That was great. Now it's making me super
I know,
paranoid.
me too. I'm thinking to myself, make sure he has it
I
before he
forgot
leaves.
my wallet here. And then Tony was nice enough. He messaged me, I think, right when I got to the to where Vets Highway and 340 Wisconsin Highway.
At least a half hour away from here.
Literally
yes.
is almost.
But that's when I
home.
found. I reached out as soon as I saw it.
And it's my fault for not keeping track of it. And then so it was the next day.
Sally met up with you the next
Yes,
day.
I drove, and I'm like, I'll just start driving to them, and then whenever I hear from them, and I got all the way there.
Well, yeah, we never worked out a time,
Right.
And I had slept in that particular day. I get to sleep in maybe once every 2 weeks, and that happened to be that day. And I need that. I need to sleep in at least one day every 2 weeks. Just let me recharge a little bit. And I slept in, I think, till 10 or 10:30. Sure enough, I'm up for like 5 minutes. I grabbed the phone. And it's like a half hour, an hour prior. I'm like, Andy's like, I'm at King Cullen, which is 5 minutes from our house. I'm like, oh, fuck. This
I
poor
intentionally
bastard
went there
rode
instead
all
of
the way here.
in front of their house. Because I'm like, this is creepy.
That would have been perfect, because just thrown it out the window and got
Yeah.
back to bed.
I should have. I felt bad because I was like, maybe I should go in front. No, because then like they have kind of a weird Stepford Wivesy neighborhood. And speaking of Amy Fisher,
Yeah, right.
see, it was almost a half an hour. There was almost a flood and a pestilence, famine, and death rode on him.
Right across the street from where Amy pulled the trigger. But yeah, it is very Stepford. It is very, you get the looks. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
As the car drives by, like every neighbor's.
Yeah. And I, I didn't want to bring that kind of in case anybody recognized me, I didn't need a Beatles kind of situation happening, like a Hard Day's Night. And I think mainly because there's no phone booths anymore to hide in.
That's right.
But
Well, just your pickup truck.
yeah,
And I'll tell you who's one of the worst with that Stepford Wives thing over there. Tom Kelly. The comedian, Tom Kelly.
oh yeah.
I don't know if he still lives there. I think he does. But his father still lives there. He's like, you walk out our door, you go to the right, there's one house and then a side street.
Right.
So you make that right up the side street. Kelly's house is like maybe 3 houses in. So, yeah, Tom Kelly, I'm not sure if he lives there, but he's around all the time. But his father,
Right.
he's like one of those guys, like everybody in the neighborhood knows him. Like this guy, like he'll walk, past you, hey, and you're like, hey, Tom. I think his name is Tom also. But then there's somebody else 3 feet away. Hi, Tom. The next, hi, Tom. Like this guy knows, and he knows what everybody's up to. It's really, and last summer it was weird. Tom Kelly, the comedian, was driving by the house as Sallie happened to be outside, and we have some chairs in the front lawn. You've been there. We have some chairs in the front. He just yells, hey, nice chairs. And he kept on going. Sallie came in. She's
Thanks.
like, right. She's like, did I miss something? What does that mean? I go, I have no idea what that means.
Oh yeah, chairs is everybody knows chairs are actually tits.
Maybe it is. That would be awesome. Tom, what do you mean by that? Let's talk about the tits.
Well, everybody, that's the neighborhood term.
Everybody in the neighborhood's talking about Sally's tits.
You weren't really a resident here until you knew that chairs mean tits.
That's why we let Sallie move in.
Right.
Because we saw those love bags. We said, you're in.
We're into chairs here. In this neighborhood. Very exclusive. Must have nice chairs and display them.
W.C. Fields once owned a house about 2 blocks away from us.
W.C. Fields is one of my favorite, like when I was a kid, to watch. And like that to me was always like kind of.
His little zingers were nonchalant, so funny.
My favorite thing, and I actually still do this joke, and I've gotten away with it actually a couple of times, though I'll stop and fix it. Is he had to pay somebody something, and so he's got a wad of cash, and he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he turns it over to 7, 8. And it's the same, and he just recounts the bills that are
Oh, that's great.
I've just always loved like Groucho. That's what the Marx Brothers.
Right.
WC, get out of here, kid! You bother me.
Yeah, love that stuff.
WC Field.
I forget which one of them it was. If it was the Marx Brothers or one, but it was one of those old time guys. And same thing, count out money that they owed. They 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like because the other person's not even really paying attention.
Right.
And that 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they handed it off, and off they go. But yeah, he owned a house in our neighborhood.
Nice.
That's my useless information of the day.
P.T. Barnum down the road from us.
Oh, is that right?
There's a Barnum Avenue in Port Jefferson.
Oh, I did not know there were Long Island ties to.
Oh yeah, that's the whole ferry connection. The Bridgeport Port Jeff ferry, kind of exists because of P.T. Barnum. One of the ferries is named the P.T. Barnum.
Right. Yes.
So
yeah. Oh, what? So people from Connecticut can come to the circus?
No, he apparently came to Port Jeff quite a bit. He might have even had a house in Port Jeff.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so it was just so he can get here.
And move.
Right. Okay.
Like there was no way to get across because that NIMBY shit that happened in Oyster Bay.
Right.
The Oyster Bay Parkway, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Seaford
Oyster Bay Expressway. That never happened, yeah. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Go see Andy tonight. Go see Don tomorrow at the game. But
definitely don't go fuck yourself.
That's right, San Diego. The Anchorman. Go fuck yourself,
Yes,
San Diego.
yes.
Let's see.
I love Lamp.
Yes. I don't think we have top 5 tonight. I don't think so. No Green Room tomorrow. We'll be back next Saturday. So Christy Unleashed with Christy Miller and Mark Riccadonna Sunday at 8.
Nice.
Then Sallie and I are back here Monday with Mark White on the phone. We'll get the scoop.
Monday,
find out what the hell happened with those spin doctor bastards. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. And we'll see you. Thank you, pal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spin douchebag.
See you later.